Hello, everybody, and welcome to Scion the Tower, or welcome back to Scion the Tower if you were able to join us last week. My name is Chaz, and I am your story guide, lucky enough to be part of this amazing group to tell these wonderful stories. We are going to jump back in pretty quickly, but before we do, I think it is so important to get to know the cast, the crew, the people who actually make this game so fun. So let us start with Zach.
Hello, I'm Zachary Naldrick, he, him. I am a person. I do things, sometimes on the internet. Um, I can be found at Zach Rules on various social media sites. The Dead Bird one is probably the only one that I'm actually active on and doing something on, though. So if you go to the other ones, it's not that interesting. And if you put my name in and you find Zach Ruiz, he got there first. That's on me for slacking. Um, try Zach Rolls Dice, and if that doesn't work, then I don't use that platform. So there you go. Tonight I am playing Bodhi Lee, born scion of Tara from the Palace.
Beautiful. And let us welcome our new star, Coyote.
Hi, my name is Coyote, she, her, they, them. You can find me pretty much everywhere at Writer Coyote, including Patreon, where I do a short story a week. Um, Tonight I am playing Billy Solomon, who is an incarnation of a Pungishimuk from the Manitou pantheon.
I have a feeling Billy is going to have a rather lovely like introduction to the
Mhm.
world of Scion the Tower. So if you were unable to join us last week, Scion is a world of God, specifically the journey of people born of or close to connected to gods becoming gods, getting this journey of apotheosis, that journey of like humanity and lose their humanity to gain the divinity. Um, we take place in the town or city of Atusa, this bustling metropolitan city, who is where there is a center of the Scion like epoch in the US because of one billionaire known as Doug, who really loves Scions. He's like a little kid in the candy store. He loves giving as much of his money to Scions. And last week, Doug had this great plan where he was going to build a tower uh, in order to like bring all the sounds together, give them all the resources they need. Unfortunately, Doug did not think his plan through and bought out, I think it was like 4 blocks, demolishing homes and businesses to create this tower. Luckily, he is a man who is willing to listen to reason. He brought in some of his most trusted Scion friends who quickly informed him that no, Doug, that's not how we do things. And while it took him a little while, he quickly, eventually, came to the realization that yeah, no, I messed up. That's my bad. In the past 3 months, Doug has done a public apology and rebuilt the homes that had already been destroyed, and had moved the construction of the tower to a artificial island on the coast that he had already been building anyway. So now he has moved the tower to that location. Um, Billy, in the past like 6 months, you have been kind of on a death tour for April Gishimuk. He has decided that you do not do enough killing, and as a future god of death, you need to be get comfortable with it. And so he has sent you all over the world, giving you varying missions that you are finally done, able to return. What is Billy's like comfort food of choice? Is it like an ice cream? Is it like chips? Like what is the thing where Billy's like, I'm done, don't bother me, I'm watching my TV and I have my
She's eating microwavable mashed potatoes out of the thing that you microwave them in.
so let's say you're just about to get to your home and you feel this aura of dread.
Oh
Uh
no.
you open the door and there he is, Apon Gishimuk, in the flesh, or at least one of his avatars, And you also notice he is using one of your spoons to eat your mashed potatoes in your very couch.
The audacity. Oh my God, this man. Um, yeah, I just stop and stare.
It says, just so you know, these mashed potatoes are shit. And he just tosses them behind him. So how was it? Did it feel good? Are you
Well, it's over now, so that feels good.
that is true. And I want to come here personally to congratulate you. I know I have not been an easy taskmaster, but I think I'm doing this for your own good. Now, I already have a next task for you, but it's going to be an easy one. I was thinking of having you kill a fellow Scion, but we don't need to do that. There is a man who I think it is his time to go, and I'm going to let you do it. It's going to be pretty easy. You won't really have to fight. All you have to do is kill him.
What's the catch?
I'm insulted. What makes you think there's a catch?
Because there's always a catch.
Well, maybe there was always a catch before you finished this 6 month tour, but now you're done.
Where is he?
I believe his name is Fred, and he works at the library.
Okay. I,
Simple.
I guess.
All right. I would go see your fellow Scion friends before you leave, just in case. You never know. Also, that was your last mashed potato thing. I finished the rest. Uh, I'll see you later. And he just strolls out.
I go to get more mashed potatoes.
Bodhi, where are you on this lovely Monday morning?
Early morning.
Yeah.
So since he has not gotten an obnoxious email, text, or page from Doug, um, he's probably in the garden meditating.
Nice.
Uh, you know, this time in the morning, with the fellow residents of the temple.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he doesn't have his own. He has his own like room, but he lives in the temple with the rest of uh, the lay Buddhist monks and nuns that he spends his time with.
Okay. If you're meditating, roll me an intelligence. Let's go culture or occult, whichever is higher.
I'll point out that whatever this roll comes out to, that I didn't say he was good at meditating; that he was just meditating.
Of course not.
Wow. Are there botches in Scion?
I like a good botch.
That's a botch.
Okay, so you have four momentum in the pool now. Um, and as you're meditating, like meditation, there's no like guarantee what's gonna happen. Sometimes you just enter this like state of nothingness. Sometimes you like focus in on something. You're focusing in on something right now. Um, and it's something like you've never thought about before. It looks like a Tusa, but in some sort of like Arctic hellscape. All the buildings are crumbling. There's just snow and ice everywhere. It's actually kind of disturbing. And so for the first time in possibly years, you actually have to stop meditating and like take a walk outside, get some like fresh air because you're actually having a hard time breathing.
Oh, Yeah, no. Yeah, that's not good. That doesn't. It's not one of the. What does that mean? Freezing. That's not one of the fears. I mean, I guess if you freeze a flood, then that could be the fear of attach. Is this, what am I attached to that I'm not? And he's just kind of wandering around, muttering to himself. There's a one of those like labyrinths on the ground,
Hmm.
so like you kind of walk and um, contemplate, and so he's trying to think to himself of he's made that attachment, that he's made that connection, particularly based off of recent events. So he's going to be just kind of what am I still? Did Mom do this, or is this something else?
You spend the next, I don't know, like 15 minutes just kind of like thinking and like nothing is sticking, but like even if you can't make a direct connection, that image of Atusa just encased in ice essentially is not going to go away anytime soon. Billy, you go to the store and get your mashed potatoes. Are you going to go and visit Bodhi, or are you going to go to the library first?
Um, I think I'm gonna visit Bodhi first.
All right. Well, you would know where he is. And so you end up at the end up there, and it doesn't take you long to find out that Bodhi is just walking around, kind of just in his own world in a way that doesn't usually happen.
I'll walk up behind him and wait for him to notice me. I have a plastic bag with a new family size thing of mashed potatoes in it and a Slurpee.
Bodhi, at some point, you do recognize there's a body behind you, but who knows how long that takes.
So if the freezing represents maybe it's a change, a twist on the flood. Um, so attach some sort of attachment, and then maybe. Billy, how you doing?
Do you want to go to the library with me?
Which library? I guess you're not talking about the one in the temple. You're no,
The
okay.
public library.
The public library. Okay, yeah, sure. What are we doing there?
Someone has to die.
I mean that's how the cycle works. That death is needed to
Hmm.
be reborn. Um,
Yeah.
so, um, I mean that's part of the. Wait, you mean that and like you're supposed to go kill someone? Do you know why this person is supposed to die?
Do I ever?
Okay, well, I mean, I guess I can come with you.
Okay.
Yeah,
How are we getting to the library?
unless
How
Billy,
far is it?
unless Billy drove, we're taking public transportation.
Station? It is like 35 minutes by car.
So like an
Take the
hour and
bus.
15 by bus.
Yeah,
Take
Yeah,
the bus.
yeah.
bus.
That's where that's how real scions travel. via links.
So you jump into the bus. And Bodhi, this is a very different bus ride than it was 3 months ago. It seems like Atusa, for all its like central hubness of Scion activity, has actually calmed down for a bit. Um, you get to the library, and sure enough, there is a man there by the name of Fred. He is actually in the corner right now reading to children.
Of course he is. I'd like nudge Bodhi a little bit and point right at this man and say, "It's him. Hold my Slurpee." And I like try to hand you the Slurpee in the bag with the mashed potatoes in it.
But he's gonna take the Slurpee and just be like, "Wait, entire bus ride? You still have Slurpee left? That's amazing." Um, uh, so this perfectly nice gentleman who's reading books and educating children. Can you at least wait till like the kids aren't around? I
I
mean,
guess if
So we're
you
gonna
want to browse the stacks, then I'll wait.
Right. So, you're just gonna like browse the library, look for some fun books. Uh, what books are you gonna look for? If or are you just gonna just like peruse to like spend some time until he inevitably leaves the children?
yeah, this is just about killing time. Although if there's any books, since he's sort of obsessed with it at the moment, any books with a about a city freezing over, he's going to be,
I
he's
will
not
say,
he's not looking in the fiction section for this, so
mhm.
he's looking for like real world examples of times that this has happened that he might not be aware about.
I will say, so you spend like an hour or so like looking for books about like real world example of cities freezing over, and you end up in the like hard sciences section, specifically like physics, and books talking about like the end of the universe and how when atoms literally stop moving, heat stops being generated. And so the less there is movement, the closer it is to like the end of the universe, the colder the entire universe is going to get. Not likely helpful, but it was a fun like read that might be helpful in the future.
Okay, so after reading this, it makes me think that it's not the actual freezing that is, but it's the it freezes because there's a lack of movement and there's lack of my path is now to find what that causes that lack of movement. It has been quiet recently, at least for this city. So maybe it's what's been going on that might have caught. I mean, hmm. And he's just kind of mumbling this quietly to himself as he's kind of reading through the book.
Gotcha.
Mm.
Uh, uh, Billy, it's about this time when you see Fred kind of like finish reading to the kids and then says goodbye. And as they like all disperse, you see Rachel, who is a young, uh, well, she works for Doug, the billionaire. She does a lot of his like, she does a lot of like reining him in on his like really big ideas.
She's his handler.
Pretty much, yeah. And she just sees it like, oh, hi, Billy, and she like leaves the library. And Fred is Not with children right now.
Um, I'm gonna walk up to where he is.
Hmm.
Um, is there a preferred way of doing this that my Titanic pain in the ass
Uh,
likes?
I mean, Abe Pungashimuk is very much a showman, right? He's very much like
Hmm.
a death is important, and everyone should acknowledge the power of death. So, sandstorms, great. Plagues, ideal. Big showy, like, oh, this is not one person, but anyone can get caught up if in fact that is what the fates have in store, is his preferred, but as long as you do the deed, he is not happy, but less upset.
Satisfied more or
Yeah.
less. Okay. Um, I think first I am going to ask him, are you Fred?
Yes, yes. I'm Fred. I organize many of the reading events here at the local Tucson Library. Would you like to join one of our events?
Not really.
That's fine. How can I help you?
If you had to pick one moment of your life to remember forever, what would it be?
Oh, that's when I got lost in the library when I was about 8. I was afraid of everything, and I think I lost my mom and dad, and I didn't know what to do, and so I like stumbled in crying, and the local librarian there like took me aside and like brought me books to read and like toys to play with, and then uh called around and found my parents, and I didn't even like realize I had been lost after I got like situated. And so I want to like make that for children, let them know that they can come here for whatever they need, and it's a safe place where they can learn and be happy. So I think that would be my thank you for helping me remember that. I don't think about that a lot anymore, but it really feels nice.
You're welcome. Um, so I would like to use on a pale horse.
Is that the one where like
You instantly kill any trivial target you can perceive.
okay, yep, no, that'll do it. Is there any specific way you would like the killings to happen?
Um, oh, actually, wait. He has to have less than half of his health remaining. Um,
For a trivial or that non-trivial?
I think for trivial. For one momentum, instantly kill one target within close range of you, so long as they have less than half their health remaining and are of lower tier,
Mm,
which isn't as fun. But
no, yeah, he does not have less.
unfortunate.
All right, so
Well,
how
I,
shall we?
I guess I'll have to facilitate that then.
Well, I mean, um, he's a trivial character, though, right?
Yes.
Okay. So if he's a foe, he's got one health. So,
Mm.
So theoretically,
yeah.
So I can just instantly kill him.
yes.
Um, so that is not going to be a big thing because we are in a library, sir.
Hmm.
Um, so much to a Pungishamuk's chagrin later, I think I like as he's living in this happy memory, say you're welcome, and then just like very quickly reach out um and what's a clean way to do this without fucking up the whole library? Um,
I will say, as a scion of debt, you could just snuff out the life force, and rather than being like
Yeah,
spurts of blood, he'll just kind of crumple, and eventually someone
yeah,
will be like, "Fred, you're at work. Like, stop being lazy," and then they'll like get to him. But
yeah. I think I'll just yank the life force out of him and let it crumble in my hand.
okay. So he like thinks back and you can see this smile, and the smile doesn't even
Mhm.
go away as like he literally dies before the brain has a chance to register that he is no longer within this happy memory. And he just kind of crumbles and like sits down and roll. Read the book organizer has been killed. How did that feel for Billy? How is Billy feeling right now?
Not great. She's feeling kind of like an errand boy and like are you trying to desensitize me? Are you like what was the point of this? But also she's still kind of doing this with the matter of the soul as it slips through her fingers
Mm-hmm. All right.
and
Uh,
enjoying that feeling.
so while I will rarely ever do this, it will happen today. You all go about your ways, kind of like catching up, and then Billy, at the end of this long day, you're like, I'm just gonna go home and like eat my mashed potatoes. Bodhi, you go back home to kind of think about all the things you learned today, and you both go to sleep. You wake up, and Billy, it has been a long 6 months, and you are now recently, as in today, coming back. Although it feels like there's some sort of deja vu. You walk to your house, and there is this feeling of dread. And as you
Oh
open the
no.
door, there is a book sitting in your couch, eating your mashed potatoes with your spoon.
I stop and kind of look, but like what it
Are you confused? It's probably because you're eating these mashed potatoes. They're horrible. And he just tossed it.
what's happening?
Well, I'm sitting in your couch eating your bad food. And I'm going to give you a job. I'm so proud of you for finishing the tour I gave you, and I'm going to give you a nice, easy job this time. I was going to have you fight a familiar, a Scion, but I think I'll just have you kill a librarian. It is his time. Do you need his name, or do you perhaps already know his name?
Fred?
There, see, now you're becoming a death guy. Yes.
Uh, haven't we done this before?
I mean, have we done this? No. Of course we haven't done this. I mean, how could we have done this before?
Did I dream this? Did you show me this in a
You're thinking too much about the thing. I think you should just go and kill Fred. Get your friend. You'll need him.
right? Okay.
Are you
Well, why this guy?
because it's his time. Like you know how death works. Sometimes death just takes you.
Okay. Stop eating my mashed potatoes. She
I,
leaves, very disorientated.
are you going to go and get more mashed potatoes first, or are you going to go straight to Bodhi?
I get more mashed potatoes first.
All right, which means Bodhi, if you would give me that culture or occult and intelligence or into intellect to get a second chance at your meditation.
I got one success on that, so it is a little better.
Okay, we're getting where places. Um, that image comes into your mind, but because you are familiar with that image, you focus less on the actual like frost that is occurring on the people and or on the city and more on the people themselves. There are many people here, but they all seem apathetic. And not like I am like cold, therefore I don't want to move, but like it seems like their like very personhood is apathetic to existence.
Okay. Because it is one of his legendary titles, he is going to again try to tie this back into the fears, and he's going to try to look for signs or symbolism to see if he can connect it to one of the inner fears by picturing, getting a visual impression of one of the outer fears. So apathy would tend to, um, you'd be, he would think maybe
So you
ignorance. So he's looking for like signs of elephants, or maybe wrong views, as apathy towards one another is um, a negative thought.
right.
So maybe thieves, quite
You
noticeable.
you look in on like your understanding of the A grade fears. And even though like you could connect to a few things, like you could connect it to delusions or ignorance, you could connect it to doubt. Uh, it is something different.
Hmm.
There's something very different. Very, it is something almost entirely inhuman.
Okay.
You're not sure why you are gaining these visions, but it is something that feel like the A grade fears feels like a threat to humanity. This feels like a threat to existence.
Gotcha. Okay.
And as you're thinking, Billy, with mashed potatoes and Slurpee in hand, arrive at the scene.
Are,
Hi, buddy.
are those mashed potatoes really that good? That's 2 days in a row. Like, we could like, we have people who cook and make fresh, like
Wait,
non-GMO.
2 days in a row?
Well, yeah. So I was out here meditating yesterday, and you showed up, and then I was out here meditating now, and you just showed up.
Okay, that's what I thought too. But uh, I don't understand. My dad seemed to think that he hadn't given me this assignment yet. You remember the library, right?
Yeah, Fred. I went and after we
Held my
left, I
mashed
went back.
potatoes while I killed him. Yeah.
Well, but after I went to his house and I blessed the plants so that his family would have a nice garden at least to hopefully remember him by. Who's into gardening? I don't know. I should have probably found that out. Anyways, so yeah, yeah. What about Fred?
My dad said to kill him again. And it was just like when I came home yesterday. I remember doing it, and you remember doing it. So shouldn't it be done?
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a couple explanations, but go with me real quick. He's gonna go into like a place of like study and where the daily chores are
Hmm.
put up there. Um, what's the date?
It is Monday, August 9th. Essentially, it's what you thought yesterday was.
Okay, so either I've got either either I was way off and thought was doing my Monday chores a day early yesterday, or
Something's wrong.
today is somehow Monday again.
I did I not do it right? Is I feel like time is gaslighting me.
All right, so I'm not really like close with your dad and all, but and I know
No
he
one is.
does deal with the death thing, but has he got any other ones up his sleeve?
Rebirth, decay, the usual.
Well, I mean, like so. That's the one I'm looking for. Like, there's the things that fall under the under death, under the purview of death, right? But then there's also like other purviews that, or like
Well,
things like. So is he like is he one of those? Is he also like a trickster, or is he like
Like callings.
yeah? Doesn't quite know the right word for it and doesn't know because the player doesn't know if there's actually like this kind of set definition in um, where you could say liminal or deception
Hmm.
as what the um,
he's a god of judgment, um, the in-between spaces,
So, but
things that are
you wouldn't know that like in between is like a big thing of what he does, and he's a tricky one. He is very fond of deceiving.
right. All right.
so could he be fucking with us with this like
Yes, always. I must have done something wrong. If I had done it right, we wouldn't be here. He would be happy with me, or at least it doesn't matter. We have to find Fred. I have to kill him again. Different this time. Bigger, I think.
okay.
How do you feel about arson?
There's a lot of books and knowledge in there that would go up in flames, and particularly fire is one of the it's something that I've fought against as one of the eight fears. Um, so could we stay away from fire?
Okay.
Well,
Um,
so what do we
I'll
know?
figure something out.
Well, what if we found out more about this guy? Like,
I know he really liked the library.
okay, I mean, but like people who work in quasi noble professions, that doesn't necessarily make them good people. So maybe, like,
Do you think he was touching the kids he was reading to?
I'm just saying, like, he may not be, like, I don't know, maybe he's like, he could be like gambler or like, I don't know, he might sell a list. I don't,
There has to be a reason
Yeah, like,
why my dad wants him dead. I guess we'll have to figure out what that is.
all right,
Are
but
we
yeah.
are we
So
taking the bus again?
let's see what we can find out about this guy. And plus, I don't have money for an
Okay.
Uber, so um,
Okay. The bus
so
stop it is.
All right,
is
on
there
the
like
bus.
a computer? Can we Google this guy and try to
Yeah.
look up?
We
Okay.
should go to the library and Google
Google. Uh, so if you do a quick Google search, you found a few things. One, he has created many programs. Not all worked. Some of his programs demanded more money than is allocated to the library, but they were good ideas. He's had some like feed the youth programs. He's had some like reading programs. He's had some like D&D at the library programs. Get the kids in, have them safe. He has been arrested once when he was protesting um, people trying to like ban books at the library.
hmm
But he was like let up pretty quickly. Unless you're doing like some sort of like dark web search, that's all you really get. He doesn't have a big internet presence.
Well,
He
that plan
rescues
just
kittens.
backfired on me. Well, so I'm guessing a technology role of some sort would be necessary for a deep web search.
Uh yes. I will say no matter what, you can do the deep web search. It's just a matter of like, will your phone get caught? Or
Yeah,
will your
you need a
All right.
VPN for that.
So more tying into the character. So the character prior to becoming a Scion was a fitness influencer.
okay.
And so may have a better understand. Maybe he's not going to get into the deep web. He's not going to
Do you
program a computer. Um,
do you have any like contacts from your fitness influencer past?
I probably should have written down contacts, huh?
Well, I will say like you definitely have some sort of contact. What that is irrelevant right now. So we'll say give me a technology role, and you can reach out to your contacts to get like a deeper wide search. And for each success, you get one clue.
Okay.
So that makes some sense to me. Billy, are you prepping yourself for the task at hand?
Yeah, I'm obsessively running over everything in my mind of like, what did I do wrong? He wants bigger. Okay, how can I make this bigger? Does he want me to cut an artery and spray all the children in the face with blood?
Let's
What's he
see.
looking for here? What have I done?
All right. Since after the preliminary search, the key here is for him to find something that he can justify this man dying a
Right.
second time. Um, so he's going to use resolve as the attribute, and I got two successes.
All right. So you're able to find a few things. One, um, 10 years ago, he had uh, a misogynistic Facebook post that he has since deleted.
Just
But
the one. Just die. Just the one.
and he did kind of subscribe to another fitness influencer um and kept saying he would show up to a class or something. I just never did.
Oh no.
Better not have been that
You
bastard
had to
ballyhoo.
go to the deep web to find that. That's incredible.
It, it, it better not have been that bastard ballyhoo. All right. Um,
Like from your research, he's definitely not perfect, but like in general, he has tried to live his life with intention and like care for like his fellow human beings. Has certainly fallen short, but he's definitely gotten better as time has gone on.
Right. Okay. So he's not a saint, but he's actually doing the things that we would want someone to do. So,
And considering like what you've seen as his online presence, he, like legit might be a saint.
all right.
A Pungishimuk just said it was his time.
I mean, but here's the thing. Like, that means all death that occurs can't happen without a god stepping in. There's a lot of death going on in the world, so that I mean maybe it's just kind of built into the process. It doesn't have to be like a hands-on thing. Like, what if we do nothing and just watch the guy and he gets hit by a bus? I mean, we don't.
Suppose that's an option, but
Um, maybe,
he is sending me directly.
but what if this? But what if this is the lesson that he's trying to teach, that even without the hand of the divine, death still occurs? What if that's
That
what?
doesn't sound like a lesson he'd teach me. The lesson he'd teach me is more like death is fun, rub it all over your face.
Okay. Um, I was
Look,
not
we
thinking.
can just follow him if you want.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that if we're back here again tomorrow,
I mean, that means that a that proves that the loop is something that your dad is. Okay. Maybe not proof, but it's evidence at least, right? That your dad is doing up to some shenanigans, right? If
yes.
going, let's see what happens to the guy. Maybe he, slips on some ice and, well, okay, maybe in August that's probably not going to happen. But he, um,
That's fine. I like tracking prey anyway.
Um,
it feels less good when you say it that way. But yeah, okay.
All right. So you make your way to the library. You see him reading a book to the kids. He does seem a little more skittish than he was yesterday. Like everyone's willing to
Oh no! He had a bad dream.
It looks like just had a slightly bad dream yesterday last night, but it's fine.
Oh
Um,
no.
at some point you see Rachel leaving. She's like, "Oh, hi, Bodie. Hi, Billy." When Rachel leaves, uh, at about 4 o'clock, he leaves the library, drives to a park, looks around and changes into his workout clothes, where he runs about 3/4 of a mile, but it's a good 3/4 of a mile. Like the effort is there. Did not stop for those 3/4. So he's putting in work. Um,
Keep him
after
hydrated.
yes, keep hydrated. After which he goes to a local like diner with some of his friends. At about like 8:07, you see him like coughing on something, but water just went down the wrong pipe. He's fine.
Oh.
Then he goes into his home. Are we going to let him fall asleep?
I look at Bodhi expectantly. Like, what now?
we stay here until he wakes up to see if it happens. Like maybe he just dies in his sleep.
You want to stay up all night to see if he dies in his sleep? Okay.
I mean, it's not the first. It's probably a weird. It probably might be one of the strangest reasons that I've stayed up all night, but it wouldn't be the first time. Like, look, if we stay awake, right, then it can't be Monday again, right? That makes sense.
We can try.
All right, let's see what happens.
Okay. So you're just like hanging out, catching up because like yeah, y'all like have been in a band for a long time, and Billy's been gone for 6 months. So like, how has it been? Yada yada yada. And you're so caught up in talking that you lose track of time. And at 11:59, it is a beautiful Monday morning, and
It's
you're
like
on
a
your
radio announcer, like, it's a beautiful Monday morning in Azusa.
and you're on your way back, and right outside your house, you feel that presence. And you
I'm
go.
not going in my house.
You're not going in your house.
Nope. I stop and I just go and head toward where Bodhi is.
Bodhi, would you like to make another roll? I'm sorry.
Ooh, this one's gonna be a good one. Maybe 3 successes.
I like that roll. It's a lot of successes.
It is a 9 and a 10, and the 10 exploded into another 9. It's
Ooh,
beautiful.
Ooh.
feel like we should do something special for that.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Third
looking,
time's the charm.
you're like actually able, this is the first time you're not watching the dream, but you feel like you're in frozen at Tucson. And it's a very weird feeling. You're not cold. For lack of a better word, you just feel like nothing matters. Like nothing matters. The like frostbite you are obviously getting on your skin does not matter. The fact that the world is in turmoil like does not matter. There is no connection to anything outside yourself. It is a horrifying, isolating feeling. And you look around and it seems like everybody else is like that, except for one person. There was one person who's just walking around as if nothing is bothering her, and she has a white jacket that you are very familiar with. There's only one
It's
person you've ever seen with this
fucking
white
Rachel,
jacket.
isn't it?
Fucking Rachel is just like kept hopping around like she is on the like she is the center of the universe. And you come to and there is still evidence of just like frostbite on your skin.
Yeah, no, yeah, no. He Nolan said she was no good. Um, so yeah, something going on there. Probably gonna have to do something about that.
As you were thinking, especially because like Billy left slightly earlier than usual today. She gets there.
Did you just wake up, Bodhi? Like from a dream, or were you meditating?
I was meditating.
Can I get into where he's at?
Yeah,
I'm just right you, just right in front of you, waiting for you to be done.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Hi, Bodhi.
Hey, how you doing? How's it?
It's Monday again.
Okay. Well, hmm. Well, there's a dilemma because we can. I mean, anything that bad that happens today gets undone if we don't do anything. But then all the good things also.
I think we should kill him again.
Okay. All right. All right. Do we remember where he lives?
Yes.
What if we get to him before he gets to work?
We could try.
All right. How far away is his house?
Probably 20 minutes from where you are.
Walking, busing, or driving?
20 minutes driving, like 30-ish busing.
Okay. I guess this would be an important time. If this doesn't work, the money would just go back. So he's gonna take some petty cash from the
Hmm.
temple and flag down a cab.
Okay. Uh, Pretty simple to do. And y'all get to the house about 3 to 4 minutes before he would actually leave.
Okay. I'm gonna go knock on the door.
So he opens the door, and when he sees you, his eyes go wide. Like, hi. Can I help? Can I help you?
Does he
Maybe.
does he seem noticeably nervous?
Yes, very much so.
I'm going to walk up with my soothing presence to calm him down a little bit.
Okay. So like you can see, like as you get closer, he just takes a deep breath. It's like, I'm sorry. It's just been I've had a really weird dream. I'm sorry that I don't mean to bother you. How can I help you?
Looking at Bodhi because he's like, I was just gonna kill him. What are you doing? Like,
So,
it's your show now.
so all right. So, um, have you kind of looked kind of stressed before I came over? A little, I see a little sweat going there. What are you doing? Okay? How's things going? Like you?
I'm fine. I just had like really weird dreams. Like I think I saw both of you actually in my dreams. Maybe I'm a Scion. I just don't know it.
Oh well. I mean that is a possibility, maybe. And as far as kind of, well, tell me about these dreams. And
Well, I was reading to the children as I do every Monday morning. Um, and I spoke to you, and you kind of like told me to like think back to a happy memory. And when I did, I felt this like crushing pain, but I didn't really have a source. And then I just like died, and I woke up, and then I had like a whole. It was like the same day, but it was different. I don't know. Like I say, it was just really weird. Maybe I should go talk to Doug in his Scion Tower. Maybe I'm like a brand new Scion. I could get some relics or something. Then again, I don't know if I could do that. I'd miss the library too much.
so,
But yeah,
Doug, so um, Fred, was it?
yeah, Fred.
Yeah, Fred. What pantheon do you think you would be if you are a scion?
I mean, uh, maybe. Greek, I think. My grandma, my mom's side has connections to Greece somehow.
Do you have fond memories of your grandmother?
Uh, kind of. There was this one time when I went to her house and she made this lovely, lovely food, and there was nothing special about it. It was just like I was like old enough to appreciate it, and it was a happy time. And the soul is just crushed, and this he just crumbles at the door.
Hmm.
How does Billy feel having done this the second time?
A little more desensitized to it
Huh.
because she's had to put effort into it now and she's getting annoyed with the process. So now it's more like killing an NPC.
Fair.
And she's like, I keep making him think of nice things. I'm doing my best here.
Doing what I can.
Yeah, this could be way worse.
So, so he's just dead right there in front of us, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, the innate powers you can with death is you can see and communicate with ghosts, shades, and other forms of undead that are normally imperceptible and incomprehensible.
I have
This man
unquiet
just
dead as well.
this man just died in front of us.
Yeah.
So, is there any ghost shade or other form of uh, lingering before
There
heading to
are
an underworld?
two shades when usually
Oh,
there should be one.
oh, are they the same shade?
There are the exact same shade, just kind of like split in half.
Oh
Okay.
no!
So,
Oh no! This is bad. Real bad.
so Fred.
Yeah, they still using yes.
Okay, Fred. There's not usually two of you when this happens. What thoughts do you have about why this might have occurred?
Giving Fred an exit interview to life. Like, why
Yes,
do you think you're
yes. I'm digging for clues with the witnesses that I have available to
I'm
me.
I'm going to say give me an empathy cunning roll because Fred has no clue, but you might be able to like read something off of like Fred's emotions.
All right. Um.
Empathy.
do you
But
think it makes it easier when you're thinking of something good when you die? Does that soften the blow any or
You don't need a roll for that. They do not think it's easier.
okay. Um. So if there's two Freds, do I roll for each of them or just for one?
You know what? Sure.
All right. Does would Cold Reed's empathy specialty apply here?
Yeah, no, I'll take it.
All right. So the first one I have two successes, and the second one I do not have any.
Right. But with the two successes, Fred does not know why there are two, but Fred is terrified in a way that like many ghosts, ghouls, shades are terrified. It's like a new transition. But like usually they're so numbed from like not being in a body anymore that you don't really feel the terror. You just feel more confusion. Whereas this one, the terror
Yeah.
is alive and well.
be not afraid?
Fred, everything that I have seen about you has been that I've tried to come up with answers as to why it is your turn. And everything that I've come up with shows that you are a good person now. Maybe you weren't always the best person before, but you have improved in your moral character and have had growth as in your humanity. You're a person full of empathy. Any person like that who suddenly passed, well, sad, confused, but ultimately knowing that the world you're leaving behind, as of due to your virtuous life, means that you're going on to a better world. In nearly all religions.
And there is this sense of calm that begins to descend on the Freds.
Oh, there it is.
So, Fred, we had asked you before what pantheon do you think that you would go to? What afterlife has wonders for you to explore? Where will you be going?
Fred will, in fact, be going to the Greek pantheon,
Oh,
where the Freds may see Grammy. Um, Depends. And like through chatting, they kind of turn from that like pure center of terror into that kind of more dazed and confused. I was alive 2 minutes ago, and now I'm a shade, which is like that's what we're looking for.
Okay. Well, if you're right about the Greek thing, here, just gonna give him 2 coins.
the obols.
Mhm.
4 coins because he's gonna give 2 coins to each, so that you can cross the ferry. I
Raymond,
believe that's
um,
how it works.
you feel a sense of gratitude as they kind of disperse.
Do you think we did it?
I mean, maybe. And if we didn't do it, Fred is gonna have one hell of a story. Monday morning.
Is there anything else you would like to do this Monday, as it's technically like 7:50 in the AM?
We got this done real early.
Look, we had to get to him before the library opened up.
Do you
Um,
want to meet my dad? He's sitting
it
on
doesn't.
my couch eating my mashed potatoes with my spoon.
How does that go every morning? Like, so.
I come home, he's there. He wants me to kill Fred. He tells me I should hook up with you first. Um, that's it. And he tells me my mashed potatoes suck.
I mean, you get them out of a plastic tub that you buy at a store, like, and you just microwave them, as opposed to even like the ones that you come in a box. You got to put the powder and you got to mix them up with milk and butter. Sorry, I'm not here to judge, but he's kind of right about the potato thing. Um, so What do you want? I mean, how do you want to deal with it? Do you want to go in and act surprised like you don't know what's going on?
No, I
Because
just want to go in and ask him what is going on.
if he's a god of death in this and he's connected to this death,
He should know.
he should know. I think we have to go see him now because to find out if he knows.
Did you take enough petty cash that we can call another taxi?
Um, Chaz, does Fred have a car?
We could take Fred's car. Does Fred have a car?
We apparently have lost Chaz,
Oh
which is going to make things a little bit more difficult. So we are going to go on an unscheduled break.
no.
Audience, hopefully we'll be back when we have storyteller or story guide back to tell us how this works out.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
we
the
if
two
Fred
of
has
us are
a
just
car,
going
we
to
need to know.
cause chaos in the city. So we'll be back.
Oh,
Wait. Oh, did I speak too soon? He just popped back on my screen as I was hitting the transition button.
hi.
Remember how I was like, my computer has given me no problems
Hmm.
until today?
Yeah,
Yeah, crashed.
All right. Lovely.
I am so sorry about that.
that's okay. We were just pondering whether Fred has a vehicle.
Oh, don't tell me we lost him again already. All right.
He's muted. I don't know if he knows he's muted.
There we go. Well,
I did
Yeah.
not know it was muted. No.
well. All right. So yeah,
So we're on my laptop. So that's not dying.
okay. We were asking if Fred has a car.
Fred does have a car. Yes. Are you gonna steal the man's car? I mean,
It's
the
We're
not.
keys
gonna
are in
borrow
his
it.
hand.
It's
We
it
have.
is it is not stealing
Thank
because
you.
he does not have because his soul has passed on to another world, and his
Fair.
earthly possessions are no longer his because he doesn't can't take them with him.
Right. So we're not
That is
stealing from
fair.
him. We're stealing from his next of kin.
And like
Also fair.
again, you have to get rid of attachments to things. It's you have to let go of
But we're
material
doing the whole
objects.
family a favor,
Yeah.
really.
And if we're wrong about this, it'll be back in the driveway in the morning.
All
So
right. Well, sounds good.
I can't
Friend
wait.
has a little Ford Focus.
High-speed car chase.
Where will you be taking this lovely vehicle?
We're gonna go to my house.
Okay.
He's gonna meet my
Uh, well, we arrive at your house, and your pops is outside
dad.
with the spoon, throwing the mashed potatoes on the wall. He seems very upset that you dodged him today.
I I pull up and go beep beep beep.
Does not turn around, just keeps painting the walls.
Hold on. I park and get out. I killed Fred again. I killed
How
Fred
did you know I
again.
wanted you to kill Fred? It's like you can read my mind.
Stop gaslighting me.
Whoa, you've been using that word a lot, and I'm not gaslighting you.
You're a god. You know when time has been fucked with. What's the lesson? What am I meant to learn?
Are you saying that I have the power to manipulate time? You are so nice. Well,
You
if
are a
you've
god
killed
of
Fred,
the in between.
If you've killed Fred, then clearly uh time should be fixed.
But this is the second time I've had to kill Fred.
Hmm. So
Why
you're
didn't it
saying
take?
that are you saying killing Fred is not enough? Maybe there's something else you need to do.
Maybe like what? What do you want? What do you just say it? Just what do you want? Just say it. Just say what you want.
That well, what I want is to have fun, and this is very fun right now. How was it killing Fred, Billy? How do you feel killing Fred?
It- Fine. It was fine. It was
Fine? That's not enough, Billy. And he snaps. It's a lovely Monday morning. And at this point, I don't need to say it. You're outside your house. You feel the dread. You know he is just eating all your mashed potatoes. What do you do?
I'm gonna go inside.
He's
Hi,
sitting
Dad.
down.
What are you doing here? I want you to kill Fred. He works at the library, but killing him's not enough. You have to do something else that I'm not gonna tell you.
You know what? You're right. I have been playing somewhat of a trick on you. So this is what we'll do. We'll say today is the last day you have to kill Fred. Just I want a nice show of it. Would you do me that solid? Would you do me that kindness for me?
Is it
Atusa's too calm. People are not afraid of death anymore. That's not safe for anyone. So could you just make a show of killing this poor humble librarian?
why him?
I mean, it has to be him.
Just to show that no one's safe?
And he like runs up to you like exactly. No one is safe from death. You can't live a good life and avoid death. Everyone will die.
Don't you think we all already know that? Don't you think that's what these people live with every day?
I mean, maybe, but also, how fun would it be to remind them?
So you want to show, and let me guess, it's not a show of its kind.
There she is. Or, you could just not kill him. It's a good day. It's a pretty brisk Monday outside. You can live here for the rest of your life. Of course, Bodhi would have to live here for the rest of your life with you because you spoke to him. So
Did he
he's kind of
really
trapped in this too.
have to eat my mashed potatoes every single time?
I mean, I feel like that was the hardest part. Like, I don't think you understand how horrible these are.
I have to go.
Remember, big show. Nice big show.
Rinse the spoon, and I leave.
Oh, no, I'm not going to do that. And he throws it on the floor.
Dink. I'm gonna go get Bodhi.
Bodhi, would you like to make what seems like your last? Why can't I remember words? Your last roll on meditation.
All right. We have botched again.
Okay. Your momentum is up to 6. Once again, you are inside of this frozen wasteland. Uh, and once again, you feel that like disconnection from everything else, that deep isolation. But you make eye contact with one Rachel, and there is the deepest sense of fear. This primordial fear that emanates within you that you likely have never felt in your life. For the day going forward, you will have +1 complication when you see Rachel or Rachel's in your eye line.
Okay.
Very quickly, Billy shows up.
Hi, Bodhi. I figured it out.
All right. So,
He wants fanfare. He wants pomp and circumstance. And he wants everyone to see. And he wants them to tremble.
but why just a guy that reads to kids in the library?
Because he wants everyone to be afraid of death. He
Right.
wants them to know it can come for anyone at any time. You don't get out of it just by being a good person.
Well, right, but yeah, a guy dies, a librarian dies, and a week later, it's already forgotten about.
Not if I do it big enough.
I'm just thinking it's a bigger impact if it's like a school principal or a city council member. Like,
Who
this.
said he's the only one who dies today?
Okay, so what, like, you want his fucking head to explode in the middle of reading to kids? To children's?
That certainly would make an impact. Hmm. And he doesn't want it to be nice. Do you see any way of gaming this system?
Every time we go to the library, we see Rachel leaving. So what if she's. Well, every time I keep having these visions in my meditations, she's becoming a bigger and bigger presence. What if she's involved in this?
How do you mean?
I don't know. And quite frankly, at this point, the woman scares me. Um,
So what do you think we should do?
I, um, I, I mean, probably killing two birds with one stone probably wouldn't work here, but like, I don't know. Maybe it's just somehow make sure it messes up her day since we know she's at the library. When
I can do that.
okay,
So are we busing to the library?
I mean the petty
Are
cash is
you
still there from yesterday, so we're gonna take a
Yeah,
cab.
take it.
On the one hand, we're stuck in a time loop. On the other hand, we've created infinite petty cash.
So are we taking the petty cash or are we gonna
We're taking the petty cash and getting in a cab.
all right, get the petty cash. Something is off today.
Oh
Uh
no. Damn it.
as you get closer to the library, there seems to be like a crowd that hasn't been there any of the other days.
Oh no.
And as you make your way in, you see Fred reading to the children as he has. But next to him is this tall man in like very posh clothing that both of you would recognize.
Is it
His
Doug?
name is Dale.
Oh.
He is the brother of Doug and a very popular hero.
I see. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Is Rachel there?
If you go looking for her, yeah, she is in the back reading.
Mm-hmm.
So what do we know about Dale?
So Dale is essentially the reason why Doug is so obsessed with Scions. When Dale became a Scion, Doug was like very proud. Dale himself tends to use powers of like metamorphosis and prosperity. You get the feeling that's part of how Doug became so rich is that his brother was a Scion of prosperity. And has a nice short sword on his person at all times. And when he first became a Scion, it got him into a lot of trouble because you can't just walk around a Tusa with a blade on your belt unless you are of the divine.
As someone who's walking around with a blade on his belt, I understand completely and empathize with the man.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Any ideas?
do we have to stab
This
Dale?
is a group project after all.
Do we have to stab Dale? Fuck. So, so Bodhi has probably pulled out this dagger that he has before, um, which has an effect when used. The
Mm-hmm.
Scion using it instead of the innate purviews of, or the innate powers associated with their purviews, they turn into epicenters.
Yep.
And well, I mean, he did want to show, and Bodhi just kind of glances down at the blade on him, like, I mean, it's not a. I mean, it's got to be another way, right? Like,
Oh, there is.
what are you thinking?
I think my bones feel itchy.
Okay.
By the way, where are you all right now? Are you like in the set in like in the entryway?
Um, sure.
I mean, we are in a library, so we're whispering at least. We're not that monstrous.
We're at like our little like a research desk, one of those long tables.
Yep, yep. All right, so then Dale would not have seen you just yet.
Mm-mm. Um, so something that you would know about Billy is that sometimes when her skin feels a little too tight and her bones get to feeling itchy, um, she bursts like a chrysalis and something altogether more awful emerges.
Okay, I dig that. Yeah. Okay. So,
And chaos usually ensues.
mm-hmm.
Are you in?
I mean, can make sure that it certainly is something memorable.
It will be.
All right.
On three. One, two, three. And I am going to uh smile, and then the smile gets
Mm-hmm.
too wide, and then I go like this and open my jaws, and from down in my throat, another beast starts to emerge. Very normal,
Very
very
normal.
demure,
And
very
you do hear a
mindful.
lot of very normal screams happening as there are other people who are witnessing this and are freaking out.
And then as I emerge from myself, from my flesh prison,
Mm-hmm.
um, I just immediately start causing chaos. I head right for uh the reading circle, the children's reading
Ooh,
circle.
people are freaking out. Children are screaming. Dale grabs his short sword and yells, What are you doing? Get back!
Come on, Bodhi, you gotta have my back. You gotta distract the guy with the sword.
um, Dale. Dale. Come here. Come here. I got that. Come here.
No,
And
Bodhi, like, we gotta protect the kids.
do what you
I,
have to do. What you think you have to do, Dale.
Bodhi, are you an enemy?
we
You
just,
are. Maybe Dale. Get the kids outside.
I'm
So,
snapping at the kids, like at their heels, but I'm not
oh,
attacking.
that would be enough for Dale to like, damn it! Is gonna run and try to grab as many kids. He's going to use his metamorphosis powers to grow one size and scale and grab as many kids as he can, and then just like barrel through
I'm
the
gonna
front.
knock over bookshelves and screech this horrible polyphonic cacophony, and then turn my head and stare right at Fred.
Fred's gonna look up and be like, that was the worst money I've ever spent.
I
And
am foaming and drooling, and it is thick and viscous, and
mm,
I am slowly one paw in front of the other.
I'm gonna roll a die. So I want to
Okay.
see if Fred is like, he's not the fight. Is he the flee or the freeze? That's what we want to know about Fred.
Okay.
Hmm. Fred is he's gonna run away. He can't run
Excellent.
outside because there's like debris from the giant human being with the children rolling. So he's gonna run deeper into.
I follow, knocking shit over as I go, snapping at people who are trying to escape, just
Okay.
creating chaos.
Whatever has some
Are you
plants in there
catching anyone
somewhere.
on accident?
Well, that feels like, is that something I should maybe roll for to see if I'm accidentally hurting anybody?
I don't
I
know
would
if.
say at hmm?
How's our collateral pool looking?
Clara Pool. I haven't been keeping track of it yet because it's not quite Demigod, but I should start because
Yeah, you should.
yeah, I should start. I love the Clara Pool.
I mean, we
We'll say we're
destroyed
at
a
five.
pier last week.
Yeah. Um, as for the catch people on, I think that's more because you're still like fighting the urge to do all the murders all the time. You
Mm-hmm.
can choose whether you give into that right now. I will say, if you give into it, you will
Mm-hmm.
gain +2 enhancement on all rolls for this round. If you just catch one body, just one string.
Yeah, she's definitely not intending to, but this is a rush. This is
So there is
exciting.
one body, you don't even recognize anything about it. You're not even sure it's a body or a bookshelf that you catch, throw, and you see Fred hiding behind a woman in a white jacket.
Rachel.
Oh, fuck me.
But Rachel does not seem like Rachel is like protecting Fred. Rachel is very confused, doesn't know what was going on. She would listen to a book on tape. People started freaking out. She doesn't even recognize you. She's like, oh no, this is all bad.
I am going to slowly and maliciously creep closer. Just all jaws and snuffling, like big animals do. Like
Yeah,
little
that,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Oh gosh. Uh, Rachel is going to run. Fred is going to grab Rachel's hand and try to follow.
Okay. Um, I am going to uh, fight Fred's fear um, and invoke the legendary title, Who Battles the Eight Great Fears, to use the um, fertility purview
Mm-hmm.
so that a plant that is somewhere in the library just suddenly grows large enough to um, trip up and prevent Fred from escaping his fears.
I like it.
Excellent.
So the libraries, like local plans, start to like grow exponentially quickly. Vines wrapping around Fred's feet and like dragging him back. For like a split second, Rachel is being pulled back, but then Rachel like wriggles free and runs out.
So as I slowly approach Fred, I tell him in a voice that's garbled and jagged that this is not how I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be quiet. I wanted it to be peaceful and warm. But that is not how death comes.
As you're talking, you look to your left, and a familiar giant man with a short sword is standing there.
Stay out of this, Dale.
I don't know who you are, creepy stalker, but I can't let you do this to this man. If you leave now, we can end this amicably, or I will have to fight you.
I'll lunge for him.
For Fred or for Dale?
For Fred.
Yeah, Dale is far enough away that he cannot stop you. So you lunge and you catch Fred, and everyone outside hears this horrific shriek as you just drain his life force, ripping him apart.
Right
Uh,
in my jaws.
I'm going to say, let us roll some initiative, because while Dale couldn't stop you, he's definitely going to fight you now.
Okay.
So
That's
that
fair,
is
I guess.
cunning and your best combat stat, whether that's close combat, firearms, athletics, what have you.
All right, let's see. My cunning is 5. And then my best combat would be close combat, which is a 3, so that's 8. So close to the 8 off of there. And a success is a 6, right? Or is it, what's a
8.
success considered for
Success is
advantage?
8 and above.
8 and above. Okay. I have a 10, so 1 success.
And then that is a exploding dice. You can roll that one again.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. No, it's a 1.
All right. So Billy has 1 success.
5.
That's a lot of success. Okay, so Bodhi, you go first. We will be doing popcorn initiative. So Bodhi chooses who goes next, and then we begin again at the next round. Bodhi, you see the like 9-foot man running towards Billy with his short sword. What do you do?
I am
You're
going.
muted. There you are.
Bodhi is going to pull out this Skyfall dagger,
Mm-hmm.
which he is conflicted about using this titanic weapon again in such a short period of time. And we're going to go stabby stabby on Mr. Blaine here.
Get him. Fuck him up.
Um, so this is probably going to be a bit of a reach. Dexterity, because he's kind of slashing and
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Makes sense to me.
that is 3 hits.
3 hits. That beats the defense of 2.
Okay. Well, 4 with the enhancement from the blade, and then aggravated lethal melee piercing. So, and damage from this dagger prevents wounds from healing during the scene.
Very nice.
So, is tripping a 1 point stunt?
We will say it is for now, and I'll check later on.
Okay, since he was already lunging at my bandmate, I'm going to slash him, and I just happen to slash him in the ankle, so he is trips up and falls prone.
Nice. So he's slashed and like falls down, still
Well
like
done.
rush or crawling towards the horrific visage that is Billy in her Titanic mutation form. Bodhi, who would you like to go next?
I want Blaine to go next.
Not willing to take the time it's going to take to get up. Dale's just going to fling his short sword. Bodhi, you can roll a defense or a full defense if you so choose.
I'm good with regular defense, so.
Oh, sorry, not Bodhi. Billy.
Damn.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
So you wanted me to roll a defense, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Your highest resilience trait, whether that is resolve, composure, or stamina.
Okay. Let's take a look here. Composure is my highest. So that's 4. Uh,
Yes.
I got a 6, a 3, a 3, and a 4.
But you are in your mutation form that does give you uh extra defense. And so because he only rolled one hit, it just bounces off your skin. Um, and he looks down, kind of beaten. And now it is your turn.
I am enamored of just the sensation of the spark in Fred dying on my tongue.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I turn to, is it Dale? Is that his name?
Dale, yes.
Dale. I turn to Dale, with a mouth just covered in blood and viscera. And I say, do not call death's attention, or it might answer.
Interesting.
I'm giving him a chance. Don't do it, buddy.
All right, let's see. He's gonna roll to see. Yeah, he cannot let this slide.
Unfortunate for him. Oh, actually, I have an ability, a boon called Your Fault, where I can.
No,
Uh-huh.
you wouldn't.
I absolutely would.
Dear God.
And that lets me make somebody think that the death that has just occurred in the scene is their fault.
Oh no. I feel like I don't need to ask this, but I will. Or are you going to use that on poor Dale?
I am, yes. I gave him a chance.
You did. You, in
Mm-hmm.
fact, did give him a chance.
Again. Let's see. This is a condition with precise effects that depend on the character's personality and their relation to the deceased. Um, as default, the condition increases the difficulty of all actions that character takes by 2, except actions that have the potential to harm them or otherwise traumatically expiate their guilt. The
Which, and
condition.
this very much falls into the latter. He was hired by a panicked Fred to like keep him safe. He is one of the more popular ones. Everyone was here to see him, and now he is under the belief that he has eviscerated Fred in the way that you have. There's a chance this will like break him. So you cast or you put the
Mhm.
blame on him, and then
Mhm.
you start hearing this like horrific screaming and like an inability to breathe.
And I don't know if I can do it this turn, but I would like to transform back to human and look at the blood on my hands and say, "What did you do?"
I'm going to say that you can do this because that is a combat ending strategic. Like he cannot fight. He can barely operate as a human being right now. So yeah, if you want to do that, you can absolutely do that.
Dale, what have you done?
And he just like looks around, panics, starts like scratching at his skin, and like
Why,
tries to
Dale?
like run through a window just to get away.
How's that for a show?
Uh, Rachel got out, yeah. And so your father walks in, clapping that like slow clap that is very annoying. And he's like, "Well, well, you didn't do what I wanted, but I think you accomplished the goal anyway.
What do you mean I didn't do what you wanted?
Technically, I wanted you to kill that Scion that I kept mentioning, and you didn't kill him, but you did make it so he will probably never do anything as a Scion again, which, as far as I'm concerned, the death of his career is just as good.
Does that mean we're done?
Hmm?
Does
What
that
was that?
mean that we're done? Time can move on now?
I mean, we could just keep it going, giving you the practice. I see you finally stopped holding back against him.
6 months of practice was enough.
But you're practicing against small fry, and we still gotta get you there. It took 4 or 5 days for you to really give in. You kept trying to give him a nice, peaceful death. Like, no, but I agree. This has been long enough. I will allow you to leave this space and go back to your usual day. Just
Gracious.
so you know, I can't actually control time, so it's actually Friday today. You all have missed a lot of stuff.
Ugh. Bodhi, are you ready to go? Oh, this is a Pungishamuk, Bodhi.
Hi, buddy. Hi.
Uh, can I just call you Punk for the time being? Because I need some time to center my thoughts
That that's fair. You're not
and
you don't do what we do. I know it's rough when you're not accustomed to it.
It doesn't have to be this way.
Look, we've been playing this song and dance for so long. It doesn't have to be this way. Why can't it be peaceful? I know you, Billy. You like it this way.
there was the fisherman's body that was found on the docks, stabbed for seemingly no reason. Wasn't that
Right.
enough proof of death in the city?
Oh no, there was plenty of proof in the death of the city. This is just more for funds.
You
And then something weird happens. He's kind of like joking about like putting you through this hellacious ordeal. Uh, and then for the first time ever, Billy, you see him get very defensive as he spins and looks behind him, like he's afraid of something. And then he looks back and says, Billy, I'll see you later. And he
What was the,
disappears.
Mhm. I Is there anything that I can see behind him that would have made him have that reaction?
Outside is still the like throng of people.
Is it Rachel?
It's funny you mentioned that. You do see Rachel out there, just kind of like looking in.
Something's wrong with her.
It is about 9 o'clock. Uh, while there are some people who saw you transform, actually very few saw you transform. There was just some people who saw you, and then they looked away, and then they looked back and saw other you. And so there isn't a lot of connection to you, especially because uh, Dale is now very much openly freaking out and taking the blame. I want you to do me a favor. I
Sure.
want you to roll me a subter, a persuasion manipulation.
Persuasion
roll.
patient.
I am looking for how potent is was this? Like it definitely worked no matter what, but like
Mhm.
what are the lasting effects of this?
All right, so that's 8 dice. I've got an 8, a 7, a 6. The rest are 3s, 2s, and a 4.
Okay. Um, that will come into play as Dale is now going to be a long time cast member as he figures out how he became this
Murderous.
murderous. Yeah, he had no memory of it. He didn't know he had it, but clearly,
He had
he
it
is
in
very
him.
dangerous. And who knows? Maybe he'll stop being a sign altogether, or maybe he will lean into. Who knows? What would you like to do with the rest of your final Monday?
Do you still have that petty cash?
We paid it for the cab to get here. It just took enough to get to here.
Oh,
Um, and just for the record, so the no self tattoo relic that Bodhi has
Mm-hmm.
comes equipped with the destroyer knack, not a trace. Which means if there's any security footage of the inside of the library for anybody to see on camera what happened, it's wiped away.
So people have no clue, no ability to connect anything to you all.
good looking out.
Just putting that out there. Um, all right, so we did the thing.
Yeah.
We're not gonna be through a loop. Um, now I've met Nolan's
And it's
dad. I've met your dad.
Friday.
Um, I prefer Nolan's dad right now. Just being honest with you. Um,
So say we all.
so I'm gonna need a shower. Not like physically, because I didn't get any of the blood on me, but mentally to just, you know.
That's fair.
Uh,
Bodhi, I don't want to be like this, right?
I understand that death has a place in the cycle and it is necessary. But consider that your father's way of doing it might be a little much. Well,
I
that's
didn't ask for this.
I mean, yeah. Um,
I tried. I tried to make it quiet and small and peaceful the way it should be, but that's not the way that.
it's not the way that he wanted it. Um, and yeah, that's what we're going to deal with, and what we have to deal with. But just kind of remember this thing that I sense in you right now, and don't let him make you give into it. You know, he's not always going to have that power over you.
No, I don't
And
know.
so he's trying to mold you to become him, so that when he can no longer control you, he doesn't need to. you can sever that attachment that there, and you can still be a part of that cycle without fitting into his ways of doing things.
That's what I want. I just don't know how to get it. He's always been like this, sometimes worse.
Yeah, but you've grown stronger over time, over the time that I've met you. You've grown more in touch with your power. That's he's at the top of his what he's gonna do. He's at the top of his game. You're coming up. He's not always going to be able to force you. And it's these moments you remember you now that you don't have a choice, but in the future you will. And in the future, if someone needs to go quietly, they can go quietly.
Thanks for helping. Not everybody would.
I understand that we have to do some things sometimes that maybe aren't what many would see as good. Sometimes things are necessary. And I understand that what you did today was necessary for you.
Do you want some of my mashed potatoes?
It's going to look at the label. Well, I mean, it's fake bacon bits that it's in here. It's not actually bacon, so I can eat it. Do you want? Do you want like something else other than this? Do you want like different mashed potatoes?
Okay.
Okay, we'll go to the back to the monastery and we'll have them make up some fresh, grown from the earth potatoes. You know these don't even actually have potatoes in them anywhere.
I know.
It's amazing what they just call things.
It's been a long week for both of you.
A long Monday.
It's a long Monday, but you eventually wake up and it's a beautiful and crisp Friday.
Woohoo!
Time has passed, and you know time has passed because you wake up and there is a text on your phone from the one, the only Doug.
Oh no.
And he requests your presence at the Scion Towers build site.
Guess that's where I'm going. I'm gonna peek my head out of my room to make sure my dad's not fucking more shit up and
Your dad is not there. He has thrown out all your mashed potatoes. But like he did it in a way where like he took the garbage can and moved it in the center of the room and then just to like really let you know
I'm gonna take
he
out
is
the
still who
trash
he
and
is.
I'm gonna take out the trash and then go meet Doug.
All right. Bodhi, do you get that message too? Will you be going first thing in the morning? Will you be meditating before you head out?
Bodhi's had a day, and that day lasted four. Um, in which that time Bodhi forgot to charge his phone.
Mm. So you do not
Shame.
get. It's a shame, but you do
Um,
not get the text from Doug.
he is taking this weekend to decon to remove
Decompress.
himself from um, the distractions and the attachments of being available all at once. Um,
I will say, considering what has happened in this week, uh, for the last time, I will give you the option of doing a meditation roll. I will say this one is very optional as it requires the 3 hits to succeed, but also has 2 complications to overcome. This being actual physical harm to the body from existing in that space too long.
okay.
So you don't have to do it if you don't want.
I got one success. So that means I do not succeed in the roll, and since I don't succeed in the roll, the complication doesn't come up, correct?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
I will say you're in there and you realize something very clear about Rachel. While she definitely walks around as a human being, she is a Scion. Who she is a Scion of, you cannot tell. And if she is pre or post meditation, that is also still unclear. But like, there is some power within her that is highly, highly dangerous.
All right. So knowing this, knowing everything going on, maybe now's not the. Maybe they need to talk together things as a band before, moving forward. Um, so, well, he is disconnecting from electronic devices and being always available. There's a phone, a landline. He's just going to call up the rest of his band and be like, hey, let's talk some of things out. Let's come on over. Well,
All right. They will be heading in their direction. Billy, you also get that call. Are you going to go over to the band first, or are you gonna check to see what Doug has to say before you head over to the band?
Um, I guess we'll check out Doug first.
Okay.
Or maybe I should go
Doug has
tell the
sent.
band what's going on, since it seems like Bodhi should be there, right?
well, Bodhi is calling the band together before going to
Okay, you want us to all meet before. Okay, so yeah.
yeah. Um,
So yeah, I will not go to Doug.
okay.
All
Uh,
right. And so you head over, and the band, for the first time in definitely over a year, all get together at the same time. And I think that's where we'll end today. Having left the Groundhog Day-esque experience that was Equishenima's latest test for billing.
That was
Um,
excellent.
and tor- slightly tormenting a fellow Scion, discovering that Rachel is not simply the leash on Doug, but something far sinister, possibly some sort of existential threat, even though she doesn't seem to understand it. I think that's a great place to get ready to begin next week for Scion Tower. To the people who enjoy the chaos with me, thank you so much. It was a blast. Um, let's do some, names, who you are, pronouns, and how your character is feeling right now. And let's go backwards from what we did the first time. Billy, how's it going?
Billy is oh, feeling a lot of feelings. She's feeling very conflicted because oh boy, was that fun and cathartic. But also, no, bad, wrong. This is not what she wanted it to be. She wants to be good. And then my name is Coyote, pronouns she, her, they, them. I am a TTRPG writer and designer and editor. You can find me across the internet at Writer Coyote or at Coyote Crow. And yeah, I played Billy, she, her.
Thank you so much. And Bodhi, how's it going over there?
It's going. This Rachel thing is a problem. Uh, all these other parents making their children's lives annoying is that's getting annoying as well. But yeah, he's letting go of those feelings. Um, Zachary, Naldert, he, him, I do not have those feelings, so their parents are douches. And I can be found at Zach Rules on various websites or social media places, um, as well as my zachrules.com. That's about it.
Thank you so much. And I am Chaz, he, him. Um, like I said, I am just very appreciative that y'all were willing to go on this groundhog-esque
It was so
escapade. I hope it
much
was
fun. It was
enjoyable.
brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you. Like I said, that is where we'll end today, and we'll pick up next week as the band gets back together for the first time to discuss what's been happening and where to go from there. Thank you all so much, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
All right, we are clear. Uh, yeah, we're muted. Sorry, we're off. And the raid is happening, and we're good. I'm clear. All right. How was that? How was Happy Death Day? How was Happy Death Day?